Hi guys, Brad the Builder here. We have an exciting day today. What I've got is this project behind me is a home I had actually built over 15 years ago, and a customer has purchased this house and we're doing a major remodel on the inside, but more importantly what's happening today, which we don't see, in the backyard is a huge addition, which is problematic because we have no way to get big equipment into that backyard. So we're having to carry everything around. And then in a couple of days, you'll see we're going to bring in a crane. We have to lift all the roofing material, trusses, over the house into the backyard. What I found out why we have to keep checking job sites all the time is all the floor trusses that arrived, one of them is damaged, and that was problematic because that would have prevented us from moving forward. So I want to show you what had happened and how we got that resolved. This pile of lumber is all manufactured called floor trusses, and they're stronger when you build them this way. You can see how big they are. This is one, that's another one, and each one is numbered to go in a very specific spot. So when I showed up the job site to check it out, I found a big problem. This broke, and excuse me, you do not want a truss that's been compromised. You see it broke here. We don't know what happened. I'm guessing is when the lift, it's right in the middle, when they lifted it off the truck, when he set it down, somehow this busted. So this has got to be replaced. I made a phone call, and luckily enough, I got it replaced right here in the same, well, a day later. So now I want to show you where all this is being actually hand carried into the backyard and how we're going to start doing the framing of the addition, which is going to be a music room, theater room. It's going to be real impressive. So let's go take a look and see where we need to get this in the backyard. As you can see, we don't have a whole lot of room between the house and the neighbor's yard. So this is the only access we have to the backyard. Typically we have a lot more room to drive around, but now we have the foundation in place. Guys are starting to cut the rim joists because they're going to start setting, that's the rim. You can see I've already got started up here on very top. This is all the room we have to get into this place, so everything has to be carried by hand. Typically we love to use forklifts and to be able to set it. So they're setting the rim joists. Let's go up top and get a better view looking down to see the magnitude and how difficult this build is. Mark, so got any questions? You have to carry all that stuff to the backyard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go start right now.
All right, get started. So that's a new truss. And I found two different ways to write do not use in Spanish. So I used your way, and then I looked it up on my phone, another way. But I don't know which one's right, but as long as it doesn't get used. I forget the word. It was...
yeah, the other one, the first one over here, they say no, there's no work. So
no, yeah, that's
no
damaged. Yeah, just leave it there and we'll make a ladder out of it or something.
Right.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna show these guys the difficulties you have working on this site.
All right,
okay,
that's fine.
so
I'll go grab my measurements.
Okay, I'll see you in the backyard. What I'm walking on is not normal for backfill. We talked to our engineers and they said we can bring in this foam. It's an inexpensive way to fill in this void because we don't have, this looks like a lot of dirt, but this is not enough dirt to get the foundation backfilled. So we're stuffing this perimeter with foam. That way you can see over here, it makes it a little bit safer for the guys when we're building this up. So later today, we're waiting for some more materials to show up. That seems to be the case. We're always waiting for something. We're always running out. But this addition is quite challenging because it's difficult to get at. As you can see, all that lumber they're working on had to be carried through the house. So once they start building this rim and all that stuff in the front yard, those trusses we saw are being carried, and that's going to build this floor. And once that floor gets built, then we got to carry more lumber through to build the walls, and then we got to actually crane all the roof trusses over the top of this house. So I'm excited to see how that goes. So that's not normal construction. So this addition is going to be just for this homeowner. He's really into music and theater. So we have two rooms. It's got an elevator shaft for this house because it's an aging in place home. It's all barrier free. So he will have a music room on the on the lower level, which is just set up for just listening to music. And then upstairs is going to be an office with a top of the line theater room. And he showed me his theater room in his last house, and it's ruined me because the sound and the quality is so fantastic that I can't watch my TV at home or even go to the movies. So I got to hurry and get this done. So hopefully he'll let me over and watch movies. Let's go check out the inside of the house, and I'll show you some other stuff that we're working on. So as you can see, this is all enclosed. This is their outdoor patio, but we're putting the addition is taking some of this space. Because of winter conditions, and we had to put a footing in, we had to enclose this entire space, heat it, and then I'll show you the footing that we put in, which will allow the house to be connected. So what's happening here, you can see the footing. So that glass wall is being removed, and this will be the hallway. We'll come out, and you'll turn, and you'll go into the media room. So all this tenting was because of this small little footing that had to be built in. And again, you'll see some more styrofoam that we're starting to backfill. This will get cleaned up, and we'll then be able to bring in the dirt and finish this back patio. So let's go in the house, and I'll show you. We've totally demoed the inside of this home, which only 15 years old, kind of breaks my heart, but we're going to take it up to the next notch. It's going to be cool. This was the kitchen. All this has been demoed, and we've rewired the house, changing the appliances. We pretty much kept a lot of the can lighting in the house. We did a great job the very first time lighting up the property. And so as we turn around, what we're doing now, and this wall is quite interesting because the sound, and we're creating privacy in the master bedroom. I mean, keeping it private, but also a little bit of soundproofed. I've learned a technique that we use is you'll see a double wall. This was the original wall, and it's already it's got sound bats in it, but because we framed a wall, see how my hand can fit behind it? That little gap is enough that when we drywall on here, we maybe add some more sound bat, this gap will prevent the noise transferring from this wall into the master bedroom. So we have the space to do that, but this is now an 8-inch thick wall. Okay, so down here's another. This house has 2 elevators. Here's the original elevator, and it's an elevator shaft, so the doors automatically lock so nobody takes a big step. And back here we have some stuff we're doing is we opened up the master bedroom ceiling. We vaulted the ceiling and put in a beautiful skylight. So some people say, why would you put a skylight in the master? Well, when this addition goes on, there's no view because the addition is 8 foot away and it blocks the view, but we want to get natural light in. So that skylight solves the problem. Plus there's a remote shade. Hit the button and that closes up and this room darkening. So hopefully we thought of everything. The master bath, again, we gutted. And what we see is this blue membrane that we put down on the floor for tile. Let me show you this. Hey, good morning. Hola. So this membrane is set up for just a heated floor system. Sometimes you see the orange. This blue is what I've been told is good for when they run the wires in the floor. This entire floor will be heated, and behind this wall, you'll see that there's a switch. I like to write on the walls, make sure nobody forgets that these floors are heated. There's a lot of guys involved and cannot be missed. So behind this wall is the outlet for that. And then this is where the new vanities will go. This is the plumbing for one sink, plumbing for another. Then we've got their lights already predetermined. We always do sconces. Here will be a big freestanding jacuzzi tub, and then we have this massive walk-in shower that we've started to tile. In a remodel, sometimes it doesn't flow like new construction. You sometimes go backwards, go forwards. Here we're able to get the tile going and keep the guys working, even though we're waiting on cabinets, which, by the way, these cabinets, thanks to the supply chain, we will not get cabinets for like 5 months. Typically, at this stage, I need them in about 2 months. So we're trying to find ways to maybe finish the house as much as possible, tape everything off and paint the cabinets so we don't lose a lot of time. Well, stay tuned. I'll take you downstairs and show you some other stuff. Here is something that when we demoed, that a lot of times people don't know, and a little embarrassed, but I think it just happens. What we have is, when we tore the drywall off, we have mold under this window. Right down here, this black mold. It could have been a one-time event because the wood is not rotten. We just have a little bit of mold. So outside this window is a brick, a water table sill. And all it takes is maybe if that thing tipped or it didn't get caulked at some point and water got in, it creates that. So I now have a mold mitigation guy coming out, and he will professionally remove that, clean it up, and we'll find a way, also fix the problem so it doesn't happen again. Let me introduce you to, wait, you stay down a step. You gotta, you get down there. One more. This is little Mark. Little Mark's my project manager. He goes around and keeps all the jobs running.
Yep.
So this is not a normal job, is it? This one here?
No, this one's one of the trickier remodels you're ever going to see, probably.
Yeah.
There's
nope.
a lot going on.
A lot going on. We're demoing everything. Got that addition in the back. I've told these guys where I'm excited to see the crane coming to lift the trusses over.
That would be neat.
Is there anything downstairs that you need to look at or talk about?
Over with the framers.
Oh, I need make sure. I told Elvis about framing the bathroom detail.
He's going to do these doors.
Yeah, we got a door down here that we added since we did some demoing. Is there a light? Let me see if we got sometimes the lights work in here, sometimes they don't. Oh, there we go. So when the spiral staircase, I don't know how we missed this the first time, but when we open up this wall, we got a huge closet. So we're gonna cut this out and add a door for the homeowner. And then they have a ton of storage under the steps. So this was a finished basement, believe it or not. And we've totally gutted the whole thing.
Basically,
yeah. And we've brought in some walls. We added an exercise room. They had a fireplace. We tore that one out and we put this one at a 45. These new fireplaces these linear ones are very, very popular. I don't have exactly the brand, but what's nice about these linear ones, you can do different settings with them. They don't always have to be all flames. You can do something with lights. Doesn't always have to produce heat. So it's really hard to figure out what's happening, but you can see this entire ceiling has been dropped because all of our ductwork goes through all this, but we took advantage of it. This is where their bar is going to go. This entire wall, and I'll put a picture of what this looks like in 3D. It's beautiful. So this entire wall is their bar, and when they come into this room, this will all be bar top, and then they have a huge wine collection. I'll show you a picture of this in 3D as well. This will be an entire glass wall, and it's got its own refrigeration system up here. You'll see these lines. So this wine cellar will be maintain about 56 degrees with a certain humidity. That's real important on wine cellars. So it's like a cave. And then the elevator upstairs lands right here. So we have an elevator in the main house, and then we're putting one also in the music room, theater room addition. And that's where this is a temporary door allowing us to get in and out of the house until this addition gets built. But there's all the guys. As we come out of the house, we're going to have like a ramp, a wheelchair ramp. It normally would have been a step, but because we have wheelchairs and want to make it barrier-free, a step doesn't work. So this will ramp down. We've lowered this room a foot. The elevator door will be right here. Why we lowered it is because we're trying to maximize the ceilings in this room. Instead of having 9 foot in the main house, these will be 10 foot tall. All music. There'll be a set of stairs right where these guys are walking. You can go up a set of stairs to the main floor, office, and theater room at the same time. So this wall is different. This is a foundation wall, but because our construction, we're limited, we couldn't over excavate that way. We went ahead and did this locking block system. So it's insulated, but we filled this full of concrete. And this was all part of the original house. We had to shore up this column because this was just dirt. And when we excavated, we had to shore this up first, and then we poured all these 10-foot walls around. Not an easy project, but it's going to be exciting when it's all done. It's going to be beautiful. That's the elevator pit right here, but got a little winter conditions. So all these little bolts we see right in here, the plate will sit on that, and then it gets bolted down to hold the house. And boy, you can see a better idea right over here. They lay this out, they mark it, drill the holes, and they just pick this up, and it sets right down on top. And there's what it looks like when it's all done. Well, keeps the house from coming off the foundation. It says 6 foot by 8 foot.
Oh, okay.
6 foot wide, 8 foot tall.
Yeah, and the plan, the measurements.
The Greg not order?
Yeah, the grade order is 8 foot by 8 foot.
Oh, is it? What's the opening?
I have over.
Does it measure 8 foot? At the job sites, there's always something that needs to be adjusted. So I'm going to have to call my concrete saw company and have them cut that foundation back. We're 2 feet too narrow. The plans show a sliding glass door 6 foot wide, and it got ordered 8 foot wide. So bigger is better, but now the case is we got to make it bigger to make it work. So Elvis informed me that downstairs, that sliding glass door, it's on the plan 6 foot wide, but for some reason Greg ordered it 8 foot wide. So I'm wondering if it's a foundation, it's only about 1.5 feet tall. Our concrete saws here, do you think we can just have Elvis cut it? I don't think it's enough to have an Omaha saw come out.
No, yeah, we can cut it. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut it. I'll show you right where it's at here on the plan. Yeah, he's got the windows downstairs, Mark. So I just make sure you add for the masonry opening.
Right.
All right. Yeah. All right, make sure you get some glasses on.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So you're here to get the foundation where I have the footing.
Yep.
Is this something you can get done in a day? Or
Yeah.
not? Okay, if I'm here, do you want me to help you carry a couple in? Or you got some
Oh,
guys?
I got
you got guys gloved up?
rolling
Because
up,
have you
yep.
seen these office hands? All right.
These might
Well,
scratch you.
Yeah, they will. No. Yeah, I would lose a thumb with the hammer, and don't carry anything over 10 pounds. But so how soon, once he's set up, can we start framing on them?
You should be able to start framing. I mean, I would give it a good day.
But
I'd
it's
say
enclosed
day
and
after
it's
tomorrow.
heated. That
Yeah,
helps. That's
it'll
heat.
help. It'll help it cure.
Do I need to run the heaters tonight on them?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt.
Okay, all right.
hurt.
Well, we got fairly warm weather, but I'll make sure Mark gets the heater fired up, and
Yeah,
then it
then,
speeds
I mean,
up.
you could probably frame on it tomorrow then.
Okay, fantastic. Well, good. I appreciate you getting here so quick.
Yeah, you bet.
So Pat Beard's my mason guy. If you want something to look really good and straight and square and pretty,
Right.
Pat's the guy. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Pat.
You bet.
So this is awesome. I didn't realize these guys are coming so quick because we got framers going. I got to get Pat setting down that small little, called a weenie wall foundation so that we can get the entire addition done. Otherwise, it would be detached from the house. So this is great news. Fireplace guy's showing up here tomorrow, and I want to show you what we're doing. So this is a true wood burning fireplace. And so there's some differences people don't quite understand, but a wood burning fireplace can still have gas logs in it. So we can see the gas line. But what's nice about a wood burning is there's no glass in the way. So a direct vent is something that the boxes aren't so deep, they're thinner, they have glass, they're very efficient because there's no downdrafts, but there's a huge pipe in here. This pipe is, oh my gosh, it's that big all the way across because it has to be able to allow the wood that's burning to draw and vent up, and it has to go straight out. A direct vent fireplace that just has gas logs in it and glass on the front, you can take a pipe and bend it a couple of different directions to get it to go out of the house. The term direct vent means it can go up and direct vent straight out the back. So wood burning has got to have a chimney, and that's what this has. So the homeowner is wanting to update the look. We're going to take this out tomorrow, and we're actually going to come out into here with the fireplace. So it'll come out. They're going to yank this out so we can build it. So now the fireplace this will sit clear out to here. And I'll show you a wall. I'll draw on a wall to give you a sense of what it's going to look like. I had it, but these guys removed the drywall. So here's what that fireplace is going to look like. So we're going to kind of come out. Here's this. It's going to come out and over. It's going to be a linear fireplace. So the window, we have a window over here already that we've seen, right? There's that window, and it's going to climb up, and then this will go back, and then what we're going to have, the addition, is going to be an opening. So this will continue to go back, and so there'll be a ceiling. So when you walk through, this window stays. That's the one how you go outside. We're going to build this out, and this will either be stone, or I'm not sure what the homeowner's doing, but I have to build this wall, and then when you go outside, you go out and turn to go to the new addition. So that window we're taking out will go right here. So hopefully that makes sense. There's your fireplace. The big difference is we're building it out and going all the way up to the ceiling. So it'll be a whole new look. People love it when I draw with my markers. Usually I'm writing them notes, but it helps communicate and explain what the big plan is, because the blueprints are a starting point. Right now, this is not on the blueprint, so now I got to find a way to communicate it to all the guys. It's too difficult to take the plans, get them all redrawn, and send it out to everybody. This is much faster in the residential world. So stay tuned, see what this looks like. Okay, so today we're keeping the framers going. You can see we've got a tile guy. He seems to be happy. We got to do some more backfill with that blue foam, which is strange, but that's the cheapest way that we know how to fill in that 10-foot tall hole and keep the job site safe. So hopefully here in another 2 days, we'll be setting these trusses over the roof, and that'll be exciting. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that everything goes smooth on that day. Thanks for watching.